For me, it's good morning, although it's 12 o'clock. Awoken by a bang. By a bang my eyes gave me that hit me in my heart from a letter I received from the regie for my license. It hits me in the heart. I've had a mental problem since 1980. Miss or understanding different, having a phobia equals to a mental problem. Mental, okay, mentality. Mental, the tail, the ladder, later, L-A-T, L-A-D, the meaning of the 10-10 connection, because that's what it is in my work. Because I do these videos. So you know what they're asking? My doctor refuses to fill out this DSM. It's asking over here, has a substance use disorder DSM criteria. 2 times the doctor wouldn't fill it out of my paper. This is the third time. They only need this for my license to come back. I went for tests for almost 2 years now, okay? I told him everything I needed to know. He has proof, and he's seen me visually 6 times or 8 times, twice as much as a regular doctor for the same amount of time, with tests being done on what I'm doing, and going for a driver's test, going for an IQ test, coming out here before you, and what is my mental disability that decapitates myself in one area but lets me excel in another area? Fixations. Lack of concentration. When you're on the road. You're on the road. You don't care what anybody looks like. Except for what the road looks like. Where everybody is. What you see, the lights that are opening and closing and the speed of the vehicles. To understand whether they're going to try to make the light, not make the light, and what you're supposed to do as the pedestrians crossing the street while you're looking towards the left. Another one came from the right that you didn't see because your light is red. And you didn't crank your neck. Yeah, you ever crank your neck to see in your blind spot, right? You need to see in your blind spot. So in the car, you crank your neck, and every time I do it, I hear a click, 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 breaking apart the matrix spider strands that if you stand still too long, okay, your concentration becomes a membrane, a skin within inside you, till it closes over your eyes until you notice there's more to the room than just between what's between us. So now I have to go back to my doctor, find the proper papers, help them to understand in a secondary language, because I speak mostly English, is what he needs to understand what the problem is here, or here. The thing is, they don't want to know a little bit, but they're doctors, they're still practicing, and this is the point they begin to practice, is when they can't answer that question, because they don't want to take the chance that, God forbid, something that is normal, that happens every day, accidents happen on the road, should happen by one that he said, this is perfect. So he no longer has a perfect score. But you know what? When they send you home with cough medicine and say your cough will be gone in 2 or 3 days, and 2 weeks later you're back, come see me in 2 weeks, because it ain't gone. He took another shot in a book, in the light of the worm of the library, because he didn't know any better for that either. That was a little less dangerous. You were only coughing. You know, left lung, right lung. You ever see your lungs? You ever have 2 lungs? You can move your arms different. No interference, right? But if you use your lungs a little bit differently, you breathe in and out. You'd be out and in at the same time you'd choke. So I have to put this out here. One little piece that I was working on. We're going to add this in because I can do that. 1, 4, 5, 6, 9. 3, 2, 5, 8, 7. 1 times 4 is 4. 14 and 69 come together. 23, 78 come together. The gateway of BC. 1 and 4, 2 and 3, 5 and 5 and 5. 7 and 8 equals to 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 6 and 9 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 5, 5, 5, 6, 5, 6, 11, 11. Add in the 5. And 1, 4, 5 becomes 1. 2, 3, 5 becomes 10, becomes 1. 1 and 1. 7, 8 and 5 equals to 21, becomes 3. 6 and 9 equals to 15. 7 and 8 equals to 15. Okay. Plus 5 is 20. 6 and 9 equals to 15 equals 20 equals 2 equals 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 and 3. We're going to stretch that one on a little bit deeper now. And we're going to use this one over here. This one over here is... This one over here is 1, 2, 5, right? I don't even have to do that. I can just send a straight line into this, right? I can just send a straight line into that, right? Isn't that the same thing? We just sent a straight line. We just changed it a little bit. See how the image starts to begin to change? 365 days, 0.47 rotation. 3746 cycle of the moon, number in gold God. And at the same time, got to see if I can do all these figures. But I'll show you when I come to the figure to remind you of this one, where all 4 6s and 7s come together. 4, 6, and 7 is basically the here. 4, 6, and 7. 7 times 4, 28 the moon. 6 times 4, 28 the day. 52 equals to Earth. The separation of center C in the piano, 2 and 4, and from right to left, 28 keys ending on D, C, D, 11 and 10, 1 and 2. This will become 7, this will become 2. 7 and 2 is exactly what you get right over here. 7 empty spaces for 2, just for the better understanding. And now you have to take the dice and go tick, 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 like a typewriter. Tick, 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 tick. And all these dots will be your Morse code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 6, you got 3, you got 2. It's Morse code, right? 1, 3, 2, and all you have is 1 to 6 on this. That's it. Pretty cool, eh? You get the 1 in the center. Oh, o'clock. The 1 in the center is like o'clock, because the circle is showing, you know what that 1 is showing? Okay, the 0 is right over here, because it's all around 1, right? It's going, all around, because it's a straight stick. It cuts off all the corners. It's one stick. Either it goes over the sides, or it cuts off the corners, not to go over the sides. So you have the alliance, and on the outside, you got 4 corners, square to the sides, actually almost like a stop sign, and you got a circle inside. And because O is coming through the center. Where is 1? Whoop. I told you, came right out into here. I don't know, somewhere around here, maybe up my rear end. Because my rear end is, I've been rear-ended. What, they put my spinal cord upside down? Oh yeah, for my driver's license. So we end up with this number. So 7 times 6 times 4 is 42. 6 by 42 is the cat, right? 7 and 6. You know what 7 and 6 is, eh? It's 3, 1, 3. 6 on the outside, 1 on the inside. 1 equals to the 7th position of 9. You see this? Look, here's the 5. I put a 5 cube right there. I put a 5 cube right there, right? The question is, if they were all separate, they would have to come in all attached together. If they're all attached together, that line would actually have to go all the way down here or all the way through these O's, leaving only, you know, like the dragon's tail, you know, like the round dragon, over and down and over and down and over and down, and all over the center angle, cutting out that last center angle, and living only with the 9 that are in here, and connected that each one of these will have 2 sets of these. Here I put it as 1, I will put it as 2, and I will show you the difference, and I will put it as 3 separation, putting in the 5 and then, you know, putting a string around them at a distance. In this 5 over here, I've overlapped. I put this over this one, this over this one, and the 4th corner, you see this one over here, is in the middle. They're all in the middle, right? They're middle, 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 middle. So this is sideways. But in this 5 over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, let me show you the other 5. See, the 90-degree 5, that's square, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I took 1 from each of these. 16 becomes 15 and 1. 151, 151, 151, 151. 47 times 33. Jesus born after Moses. 47 times 47, 37, 60. 40 by 43, 2021. Here's the 5, and now the inside 5, right? The inside 5 connects to the outside 5. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you've created your 6. Or you want to go the other way, right? You want to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 in the center connect, that's your 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's your 6. Your 6 over here connects the 5 in the center. As separation is over here by the side. You see, this is separated. They're all separated, these 4. This is the add-on in the middle. And this is how you connect them. Here's your 5 you add in. You connect into 6, which means you're using the 1 in the center. The 1 ponton in the center. Now, if these were all circles or squares, and 1 square, every row was a square, right? They put in a square. All these on the outside. Then they put a square. And they put a square over this. And they put a square over this. And then from the back side, they cut out the areas and they overlap them. And all these become engulfed in one. It's like, you know, one has a hole, one has a thing, they have the same size, and they come together, snaps. So there's many ways we can connect these together. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, center 1 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's the 5th one. Now, if I add another row, it becomes the 6th one. But it is 5, and it is 5 equals to 10, and 1 is 11. Add another row all the way around. Okay, this one will be equal to 13. You add another row all the way around, and this one will be equal to 15. You add a row all the way around, 17, a row all the way around, and then you end up with different formations. Every one of these is 1. This is 1. Now, it is shown on the Quebec flag or the fleur-de-lis flag. There are 4 of these at extended areas. Okay, so we have to see how we're going to put this together. This is the singular dimension of building and understanding. So in this area over here, 1 all the way down to 5, and 1 all the way down to 5. 4, so it's 5, 4, or 4, 5 area in the sun. Then there's 6, 8, and 4. 4 times 6, 24. 24 times 8 is 192, the birth and the spirit. 7 is 168. 8, or 101 away from 8. 8 and 6 brings it back to really the same thing. This is the same thing. I mean, this is the same book, right? But if I tilt the book this way, look at the angles that open up, right? If I have a book and I show you it like this, now look at the area of the screen I'm using. I have the same book, same size, same in the front of the same screen, the way the angles opened up. So now, another thing we're going to count, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 down. 5, 5, 5, Maya. The month of May, 5 times 5 times 5, 125. If you want to go backwards, you have December, you have November, you have October, you have September. Minimum 125 days, 30, 60, 90, 120. Then you have to go to July. Like your 125 days left in the year, starting from the year. Whatever, forget it. But this is what I want to show you, that when you go down this way from 1, 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, 6, you meet at 4, 6, 4. You meet at 4, you meet at 4, 6, sorry, you meet at 4, 6 here, you meet at 6, 4. Forget about this one. This one is the original from the center. I will have to duplicate this equation on this side. Once I duplicate this equation on this side, this becomes the center, and this is the sun. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2 equals to the 3. 1 and 2 equals to the 3. Now they're the same, right? That 3, 5 and 3, 5 come together. 8, 11. Or 11, 14, and that's the number on the dice, but numbers are repeated, we don't use them. So now we're going to see that we have 6, okay, and 6 and 4 and 4, that creates the x, okay? 4 and 4, 6 and 4, that creates your x. If it was 6 over 6, it's not 6 over 6, it has to be this way. 6, 4, then 4, 6. 1.5 times 4. 6 times 1.5. Is that what it is? What 6 times what equals 4? 6 by, no, there's nothing times 6. 6.5. Anyways, how do I do that calculation? How come I never did that? Let me do that. 6 divided by 4 equals, 6 divided by 4 and 1.5, and 4 divided by 6 equals 6, 6, 6, 6. See, the other 6, 6, 6, 6 there is, now I know it's a little bit long, but the other 6.66 there is 20 divided by 6. Oh, that's, sorry. What was it? 10 divided by 6? Anyways, whatever it was, but the 9 lives of the cat, right, come out to 6.66 divided by 9 equals 47. There's some of them that come out to 6, 6, 6, 6, and then 7, but this one is actually perfect. I can't believe it. 4 divided by 6. 4 divided by 6. 6, 6, 6, 6. It is the 4. 44, area space. Oh my god, it's too exciting. So we saw what that was. We saw that the split was the chessboard, which is 16 blocks in each equals to 64, minusing 1 to create one world. In the other world, I take away nothing. Look, I'd use the center, right? In the other world, I use 64 plus the 1 in the center to connect them. But in the crisscross world, I don't need this one, okay? I don't need this one. So actually I have 15, 15, 15, 45, 60. In Mars and runner of the clock, 64 times 1.5 is 96, rotation of time. 90 minutes, 1.5 times 60 equals 90, all zeros equals 6 equals 96. Taking away this and using these 4 corners is 60. 60, and we use 4 and 1. 3 and 2, 4 and 1, using these 3 and these 2. Using these 4 and this 1. So now let's do it again. Here we have 64, and then we have 3, 4, 5. So we have 64 and 5 is 69. Or we have 60, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 60 and 5 and 4. Do you follow what I'm saying, man? It's hard to explain. It's a 17-minute video. This is way too long, okay? But this is crazy. First, they're valued at 64. Then I value them at 60 because I minus this 4. That's what I do. So 1 is 60, okay? 1 is 60 plus 4 plus 5. 60 plus 9, 5 and 4. 5 times 4, 5 plus 4, the creation of the IT system, right? Cross over and down is your T all the way through. Cross down in the center and over both is your I and your H at the same time. Hit Raphael in a video way longer than it's supposed to be. Thank you for watching.